Leinster will be thereabouts at the end of the season again, and they like full squad with with miles in the clock. I still think they're the best team in the country. Now, Munster, I think, have taken a step forward. They'll get huge confidence from that. I'm always a little concerned when I see a team celebrating that hard after a fourth round victory. You could see a huge amount of them, and that's fine. I would have kept that for the change room. I think on the pitch, I'm always concerned about that. I look to go back to the performance.
Over celebrating Munster. That's what your takeaway is.
I thought they were. I thought they did a little bit too much. Yeah.
Does that not just show though, Luke? Like they have taken a lot of pain over the last few years. I mean, you even look at Gavin Coombs and Sam Prendergast at the end, and you could kind of hear what Coombs was saying to Prendergast on the ref mic. It sounded like to me anyway. He was saying, "Oh, you weren't too shy in saying it to me down in Thomond Park." So there seems like there's been a fair bit of niggle, and Munster had been on the end of some really tough defeats, and I just thought, like, it just showed what it meant to them to go up to Croke Park, to beat a team that was stacked full of Lions, stacked full of Ireland players. And I don't know, I know what you're saying, but I like to see that, I have to admit, in a team. It shows what it means, and it shows the rivalry is still alive and kicking.
You see, for me, what showed it was the 80 minutes. That's what showed it to me. Like, I would much rather that they kind of brought that, if they just kind of been calm. I always love that Barry Sanders, Barry Sanders kind of quote around, like when he scores a touchdown, like just, he never really celebrated. He was kind of famous for never really celebrating after he got a touchdown. It was always because he wanted to, it looked like he expected to be there. So I always feel like I would have been a really nice statement from me that they just kind of, shook the hands, got off the pitch and did the big celebration. Of course, do the big celebrating amongst themselves in the change room, Cian. I'm not saying that. And maybe I'm being a bit of a grumpy old fart about it, but I just would have loved to have gone, no, we expected that.
I know what
do you know what I'm saying? I would have loved them just to gone.
Part of me thinks
we expected to do that.
Part of me thinks that if they hadn't celebrated like that, it would have made it feel like
bit anemic-y kind of like, no,
like, oh, it's the URC game.
Yeah, that's maybe on the
URC round 4 game. Who cares? Like, oh, like, really, who cares really? But where in reality, like, that was a statement win. That was a massive statement win for Munster, and I'm glad that they celebrated it as such, because it gives it almost more legitimacy in my eyes, like, because it felt like a big game for me. And if at the end of the game it was just shake hands and it's all gone off the pitch, I was actually glad that Simon Zebo was kind of like running around chatting to them. Like, it gave it a bit of a buzz that I felt watching it. Like, it felt like a massive game watching it. Like, these felt like massive moments for Munster, and Tygburn and Crowley's performance. It felt like a big deal. Like, and I like you're just saying, oh, like Leinster, oh, it's early season, like kind of waving it away. And I think that, I think that's letting Leinster away with it and kind of delegitimising Munster's achievement. I thought that was.
That is a big way to describe it. I know I haven't.
Your whole first answer was basically that Leinster were undercooked, and look, they'll be at the end of the season anyway.
They will be.
Van der Fleer played last weekend. James Lowe played. Like, there's a lot of guys who did play last weekend. Some of them didn't, but a lot of the guys had played. Like, it's not as if every single guy was playing for the first time.
Yeah, no. I think that's a very strong way to describe my thoughts on the match. I just think, I would just settle a little bit. It's not as bad as things are being made out in Leinster, and it's not as good as it's being made out in Munster. I still think there's a journey for them to go on to be winning, European Cups, like, which is essentially, the league is very important too, but there's a journey for them still to go on. I wouldn't say it's, that is a big step in the right direction, and it'll give them belief. I'm saying like grumpy, but I always remember when I'm thinking about change rooms I was in, I can think of someone like a Shane Jennings or a Dricko or a Leo going, look at those lads out there, like, we'll get them again. Like, do you know what I mean? I would just love to have just been like, we expected to do that. Let's get off the pitch and let's, of course, celebrate after the match, but just a little bit calmer. I think it would have looked like a team to me, it would have looked like a team that expected to do that.
But I can remember when the shoe was on the other foot in like the mid-noughties, when Munster were the top dogs and Leinster beat them in a couple of league games before they made the European breakthrough. And those games were definitely treated like big milestones and were like celebrated with gusto by the players at the time.
Never as big as that in the pitch. Never.
But what did you like?
We're getting hung up on this point. I just would prefer, that's my preference in sport, is generally to go.
I'm trying to think back. I was too busy filing a match report and full time to have my head up. Like, but what were
the interviews and all that? It was just the interviews, and maybe it was just Zebo just hopping around.
It's because Zebo was bringing an energy.
I was just like, would you just relax? It's the 4th game of the league. Like, do you know what I mean?
But away from the TV stuff, what I saw, and like the Munster fans weren't all together in the stadium. They were kind of dotted around, and they really made themselves heard. But what I saw was the players kind of acknowledging them, as in being in the stadium. I didn't really get the sense from being there that there were any mad celebrations and anyone was getting ahead of themselves. And I think that was reflected in Clayton Macmillan and Tyg Byrne sort of afterwards and what they were saying.
Maybe I'm giving a lot of stock to the Shane Daly interview. To me, that was like, relax, buddy. Relax. And if I was Leinster, I'd be like, I'll see it. We'll be seeing you at the end of the season. I will sort it out then. And that'd be my view on it, you know. Or we'll see Ian Toman and we'll sort it out then. I would just never have given that to them. I would just, you know, look like you expect to win, and go from there. And like save that for the final when you win the thing. That's what I would be. That's my. I'm looking at the two of you, and it's a proper. That's going to end like a lead balloon, but that's my opinion on it. And I always that was how I was kind of taught, even in those games where you're not expected to win, like just be calm in front of them and just, you know, let them know that you expect.
I think they were reacting more to the energy Simon Zebo was bringing as much as anything, like, because he was obviously going to town with all the interviews, and it's like it's hard to just kind of be very demure when he's kind of like jumping up. And
maybe I'm still a bit like I was like can't wait for the next match. That's what I was just like, cannot wait for the next time Leinster play Munster. I'm hoping the full team is available.
Yeah,
was what I was thinking when I was watching that.